Hello and good morning, everyone. As you all know me by now, it's been 8 weeks working with you guys. My name is Maaz and I'm the business analyst. So, without much further ado, let's start with the presentation. So, starting with the agenda, Carlos is going to present like why we are implementing two-factor authentication, and he's been asked a few couple of times to read through the meeting minutes so that we can discuss it. And then I'm going to present the actual whole scenario of the project. What were the issues? How did we resolve it? And then why two-factor authentication is very useful in the modern day world. Next up, Melissa Rao is going to present the security measures. And last but not the least, Akash is going to present like what are the next steps which we have to do in terms of amendments of the website. So starting with the actor register, I'm not going to go through all of them. What I'll do is I'll submit you guys the whole documentation, but I'll just go through briefly and present you guys with the presentation. So one of the main features one of the main actor is customers, obviously, who logs on to the website, and then the security officer, if anything goes wrong with the website, or if you attempt to log in incorrect details, so it goes to the security officers. And then the CRM generates and stores data creates a customer's record. So this is the data which I've gathered from stakeholders. Most of you are sitting in the room now. So starting with opening up the website, creating a account, pretty usual stuff. Once you create the account, once you are creating the account, you have to put in your name, residential address, phone numbers, email. Phone numbers, mind you, phone number is very important at this stage. Why is that? I'm going to explain you guys in next stage. So pretty normal stuff. Create your account. You get your you receive the um, um, acknowledgement that you have created the account with your customer number, and then you just access your account straight away. Um, Talking about the requirements, as you can see, there's heaps of requirements in here. Again, not gonna go through all of them, but just gonna um, put out the main two-factor authentication. It was a legal requirement, and when we had our my first meeting with the head of legal counsel, he told me that it's a new regulation, and a company must implement two-factor authentication for the legal matters and to comply with new legislations. So this is one of the main requirement to implement the two-factor authentication. Coming down ahead, while meeting with different stakeholders about the implementation of two-factor authentication. First, we decided how are we gonna set up the two-factor authentication. So my suggestion first was to have the OTP one-time password sent to their email so that they could put in their email account and so that they can access their account. As you can see, the process map is pretty straightforward. Customer logs onto the website. If the details are accurate, then OTP is sent to their email, and once they put in right OTP onto their email, they can access their account. Next up is the user story. So in that user story, I'll, as I mentioned again, I'll send you guys the full documentation of it. But this is very important, the user map, because it kind of tells you like how the customer actually um, log customer gets the two-factor authentication. Later on, once we decided that we're gonna send the OTP to the email, we kind of figured out that it takes a lot of time, customers' time to it's back and forth process. Like once you try to log in, it'll send the code to your email address, and then you will copy that from your email address and put that into the website. So it was kind of taking too much time. So what then later on I figured out was that what if you go through the SMS? That's a pretty quick way. If you're using your phone at the same time and accessing the website, how about we do some automation that once you try to log in, the CRM systems sends the OTP to your mobile phone as an SMS, and that SMS pre-populates that into your website, and you just by the one click it logs you in. So taking you through the user map, the customer logs into the website pretty usual. It sends the two-factor authentication to your SMS. Um, and in your phone. Mind you, this is a very important step in here. You just have a couple of minutes once the OTP expires, and if the OTP expires, you can't access to your account. This is again security measure. And to reset the password again, you can reset it from the website as well as you can call the customer service, and they can help you out. So this was last process map which I created and built for the Medicare website. Again, pretty usual, starting from the beginning. Customer creates their account, confirms their password, and then once they put in their password, it just sends the OTP SMS to their mobile phone. Um, once that once they receive the SMS, it pre-populates it onto their website, and they can easily access it to the website. If there are some, let's say, if someone tries to from your login account, obviously they won't have the two-factor authentication, and the system would know that this some fraudulent activity has been happening, so it's going to go through the security officer, and then he's gonna if you are the one who's putting the wrong password, you're just going to get an email from the security officer, and then you can always reset your password as well as I mentioned earlier as well. You can either call to the customer service here, and give you your date of birth to the security questions answers. Once that's correct, you will be able to log in. So this was pretty much the wrap up of the whole project. I hope you guys have got a lot of information from it, and in the coming few years, obviously we know that two-factor authentication and security compliance is must, and every organization has to go through that. But it's glad that we worked on this project, and it's a successful one for the customers and for the organization itself. So that was pretty much it. Thank you very much for your time, and I'll see you guys next. Thank you.